Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite makeup topics. We are talking about concealers. And you guys know me, foundations, concealers. I love testing them out. I am extremely picky. And concealers, I am so extremely picky. So I am 38. I'm going to be 39 years old in December. So I don't have 20-year-old under eyes anymore. So I am very picky on how a concealer makes my under eyes look. As we get older, I know for me, even personally, I've had to change concealers, consistencies, and just certain concealers that used to work for me don't work for me anymore. And you just come to find that makeup, especially concealers, especially foundations, they are going to change with you as you get older because your skin changes. You get more fine lines and wrinkles, you get darkness under your eyes, your skin begins to thin. Like, you are going to look for different things in your makeup as you get older versus when you were like 20 years old. So I am doing today my top 5 concealers and my least, like my bottom 5 concealers. So top 5, bottom 5, we're gonna talk all about concealers today. Now these are what work for me. The ones I'm sharing with you guys today truly work so well. I try so many concealers. Pretty much, I mean, you name it, when it comes out, I wanna try it, I wanna test it, because I am very big on keeping my under eye just looking really flawless throughout the day. I feel like covering up dark circles and just brightening up a little bit under the eye just makes you look a little bit more youthful, a little bit more awake. So I'm really big on finding the perfect concealer. The ones I'm sharing with you guys today have definitely been put through the ringer and have come out on top for sure. These are all ones that I wear on a daily basis. I really do not reach for anything else. These are like my tried and true holy grail. Amazing, make you look fabulous, make you look a little bit more younger and youthful, make the under eye look amazing. That's what these are. And then the bottom 5 here, I have tried to love them. They have such hype and such like good reviews behind them, but I just don't get the hype, you guys. I just don't get it. They don't work for me at all. In fact, they are downright awful on me. So let's just jump into this video. We're gonna start out with my top 5 first. Okay, so you just saw me use this one in my concealer showdown video the other day. This is the Dermablend Smooth Liquid Camo Concealer. I am obsessed with this concealer. I did a video where I tested out maybe like 7 or 8 different concealers, and this one just blew my mind. And the funny thing is I actually went to the L'Oreal headquarters. I work with SkinCeuticals through my company, and I went to the L'Oreal headquarters in New York City, and L'Oreal owns Dermablend. So when I was in New York and I was at the L'Oreal offices, I kind of got taken through the Dermablend and like some of the other divisions of L'Oreal, which their offices were so cool. So I got hooked up with a bunch of Dermablend makeup products, and I honestly just didn't think anything of it. I mean, nobody was talking about this Dermablend concealer, so I just was like, okay, whatever. I threw it in a drawer for the longest time, and then months later, I was like, you know what? I found it. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try, and I was like, oh my God, where have you been my entire life? This concealer is magic. It is so ultra thin. It never makes you look dry under the under eyes. It honestly keeps everything so smooth and so beautiful under the eye. And if you did just watch my concealer showdown video, then you saw this just recently in action. Although I've used this in many videos previously, I just love this. Now I am in the shade medium. For me, medium is literally the perfect shade. It brightens up a little bit. It's not too dark, but this concealer has got to be one of the most like pigmented yet ultra thin consistencies. It really blends in well when you have like other foundation on or makeup on, but then it also really blends out super beautifully on your skin, even if you don't want to wear foundation for the day. I have gone through many days where I'm like, oh crap, I need to get out the door. I have to be at a soccer game. I just want to look a little presentable and cover up some darkness under my eyes, and I feel like that is always like one of the main things. Getting out the door, I just, spot treat a little bit here and there, and this concealer works really well, even if you don't have a full face of makeup. You know how some concealers are kind of heavier, and you feel like you need to have more of a full face of makeup on to really have it blended and kind of look appropriate, you know what I mean? This concealer, you just don't even need that. You don't need any foundation. You don't need anything else on your skin. You can spot treat with this all over your face. If you have a little pimple, a little breakout, anything, redness, broken capillary. I mean, it honestly covers so well, but you don't have to have a full face of makeup on to make it look natural and really blend it into the skin. So this Dermablend one is by far one of my absolute favorites. Okay, now this one's actually a little bit more recent for me. I found this one not too long ago. I feel like it just came out not too long ago. It's the Too Faced Born This Way. It's the multi-use sculpting concealer. It says super coverage. So I wanted to test this out, and honestly, I am not a big fan of Too Faced products at all. I think honestly, this is the only thing of Too Faced that I have of theirs, and I hate the Born This Way foundation. Like, oh, literally hated that foundation on me so bad. So I was really just like, when this came out, I was like, never really, like, I don't know, it just didn't call me that much. But then I was like, you know what, it's a concealer, let me just try it. It says it has super coverage. It said it was a little bit more hydrating, and I am all about nothing dry going under the eyes. So I was kind of a little bit starting to get intrigued by this, and then I was like, you know what, I have to try it. Come on guys, it's concealer, like I need to try it out. So I bought it, I tested it out, and I was like, okay, now I see what the hype about this one is, because it is very full coverage. It takes no effort to blend out. Now between this one and the Dermablend, this is one of those concealers where I feel like it is a little bit heavier and a little bit thicker on the skin. So for me, it's not one that I reach for if I don't want to wear any other makeup for the day. I feel like this is a very made up more concealer, and I hope that makes sense when I'm saying that. But I feel like this one just looks really amazing if you're going more glam and you got a full face of makeup on. It is beautiful. This again does not crease or cake or disappear. It keeps everything covered up, you know, throughout the entire day. It lasts forever. Same with the Dermablend. This says it's like a 16-hour wear concealer. It will literally last forever and look perfect. This one really did surprise me because I really did not think I was gonna love it as much as I do, but this is in my top 5 now. I really reach for this and I love it. All right, this one has been a favorite of mine for a while, guys. Oh my gosh, since I discovered the Osmosis makeup back probably like, has it been like 2 years already? I mean, it has been a long, yeah, I think it's been like 2 years. It has been a long time since I discovered the Osmosis makeup, and ever since, there is no turning back. I am literally obsessed. The Osmosis brand is a mineral makeup brand, so it's better for your skin. There's no irritants, there's no fragrance, there's no alcohol. Like, there's just better ingredients in them, and I love this concealer. This is called the Osmosis Age Defying Treatment Concealer, and honestly, it is an age defying concealer. This will make your under eyes look younger. I know so many more mature women who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Like, my mom never wears concealer ever. She like is scared of it. She, like, anytime I would bring her a concealer, I'd be like, Mom, try this. She's like, no, I hate concealer. Like, she won't wear it. This concealer she absolutely loves because it really truly makes your under eye look younger. It does nothing to make it look older. This is a very hydrating formula. It kind of gives a little bit more of like a dewiness to your skin, whereas this the Too Faced one is definitely more matte under the eye. Matte, but not drying matte. Like, nothing I'm talking about here is gonna dry the under eye, but the Born This Way does have a more matte finish. And I would say the Dermablend is, I wouldn't say it's like as matte as the Born This Way, but it's not as dewy as this. This will give your under eye like a beautiful, soft radiance, which as you get older, you want that skin under your eyes to have that little bit more radiance to it. You don't want to look dry. You want to look soft and hydrated and plump. And that is exactly what this Osmosis treatment concealer does. This also has a hydrating balm on the other side. So what you can do with this is you can take this stick and kind of like prime and prep your eye and just really help to extra moisturize your eye. If you need to, it just kind of smooths everything out and just creates a really nice like hydrating barrier to the skin under your eyes. So it's great before your concealer. So you have the moisture stick on one side and then you do have the doe foot applicator on the other side. Seriously, an amazing, amazing concealer. Like I said, truly it lives up to its name. It's very age defying. And like I said, for my mature ladies out there, this one is magic. All right, we're gonna talk about this one as well. You guys have seen me use this in loads of get ready with me's and tutorials. It's the Colorescience Total Eye. This is a 3-in-1 renewal therapy. It has a broad spectrum of SPF 35. It's a mineral SPF and I absolutely love this. Again, this is a 3-in-1 because it's like a treatment, it's a primer, like a concealer primer, or it's a concealer on its own. It does everything. Now this has a really beautiful like peachy tint to it. It only comes in one shade, but it's very universal. I know a lot of different skin tones can wear this. A lot of my friends use this and it works and it looks good on everybody. But it is like a very brightening peach tone. Now I love this mixed in with any other concealer that I'm wearing for the day. And I've talked to you guys about this as well. I will just take a pump of this and mix it in with another concealer. And what that does for me is it gives me that SPF around my eyes. So if you're not really wearing an actual SPF around your eyes, you should be. And if you're not, then this is a good way just to get an extra like protection around your eyes. So I love that. It's hydrating under the eye as well. It's not drying, it doesn't crease, it doesn't cake up, but it also really brightens the under eye. And that's what I really love. And that's kind of why I love mixing and matching it with some of my other concealers, because with any concealer that I put with it, it just kind of gives it like a boost of brightening under the eye. So I love this. This is a more sheer concealer though. So if you're using it as a concealer alone, this is definitely a more sheer look. So it's not sheer as in you can put it on and you don't see it. It definitely has coverage, but it's like a light coverage. And for me, it's a great like no makeup day. So when I'm just really around the house, or if I'm running errands and going to the grocery store, you guys, if you saw me out and I'm at the grocery store or I'm running errands, you're gonna be like, who is that? Like I don't wear hardly any makeup. I will wear a hat, I will wear no brows, like I just don't care. Like I don't care. And that's always when I run into somebody too. It's the funniest thing. But I will wear this on those days where I just wanna be like quick concealer out the door, and it looks beautiful and it covers and it makes my under eyes look really nice, but it's not a full coverage concealer. And again, it just works really, really well on those no makeup days. All right, so we're going on to number 5. Now I do have 2 more that I wanna mention. One is a little bit of an honorable mention because I just started using it, but I did wanna throw it in because I do like it. But let's talk about actual number 5 first. This is the Sicily concealer. This is the Photo Cernes Eclats. It's the eye concealer with botanical extracts. I can never pronounce anything Sicily, but this concealer is amazing. I did a full review on this back in the day. Oh my gosh, probably about a year ago when I discovered this concealer, and I absolutely love it. I love this in the number 1 shade. Again, it's a great brightening peachy tone. It is hydrating under the eye. It is a great, more like medium to full coverage for sure. You can really get really beautiful coverage. It's great for more mature skin because it doesn't, again, dry out the under eyes. There's no creasing, there's no budging, there's no cracking or like caking into fine lines and wrinkles, like nothing. It keeps your under eyes very smooth and just really, really beautiful. Again, you can take this and go like day through your entire night and it will still look amazing. So I absolutely love this one. I don't pull this one out quite as much as I do the other ones. Like the other ones that I shared with you are like my top, but I do still love this one, and I do keep this one like in my rotation, and it is still one that I pull out. So I wanted to share this one with you guys too, in case you are, you know, a Sicily fan and you've been curious, because this one is really great. Okay, and quick number 6 here, just a quick honorable mention, because I did want to share this one with you in this video because I am really liking it, and I just started testing this out. I just did a review. It's the other one that I did in my concealer showdown video. I put this MAC, the new Studio Fix 24-hour smooth wear concealer. I just did that showdown video where I applied this to one side and then my Dermablend to the other side. So I kind of put these up next to each other, and I was not expecting this to be anywhere close to my beloved Dermablend. Like honestly, oh, I just love this one. This one I just did not think it was gonna hold up, but it did. Like I have worn this now a couple times and I am just blown away. I'm impressed. I feel like the coverage is really beautiful. It's like a medium to full coverage. It lasts all day on me. This says it is a 24-hour wear, and I definitely get a long wear out of that. There's no creasing, there's no caking again. It is not drying to my under eye at all either. And it's just very smooth. And again, this is kind of like a very ultra thin formula, kind of like that Dermablend one is. They're very pigmented, yet very like thin in consistency. So I like that. Okay, so that was my top 5/6 concealers. Again, those are all perfect, amazing concealers. Let's talk now about my bad 5. These are 5 concealers that I would not recommend, that just did not work for me. I don't know what the hype about any of them is. I feel like if you have more mature skin, these just suck. These are so bad. So the first one I'm gonna mention is the Tarte Shape Tape. And it's so hilarious because everybody on YouTube loves and raves about this darn concealer. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? This is literally one of the worst concealers ever. ever. It is so drying under my eyes. I can apply this and within like 5 minutes, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, like you aged to like 100 years old. Like it shows every little crack. It just starts to break up. Like it is so awful. And I don't even have really that like dry under eyes. I'm like, oh my God, if you have drier under eyes, how can you even wear this? This is so drying. You will look like a dried up desert, like begging for water under your eyes. That is what I feel like it looks like. You're just like all like creasy and like, oh, like give me some hydration. Like that's what your eyes will be begging for if you wear this concealer. It's just no good. Okay, another one that gets raved about and is so hyped up and is so stinking expensive is this Clé de Peau concealer. What in the world? How? Again, how do people like this? This is a stick concealer and this is so drying under the eyes, you guys. I have tried to wear this so many times. I've tried to mix it with moisturizer. I've tried to mix it with my Colorescience. Like I've just tried to do so many things. I think I mixed it with like a facial oil one time. I was like, what? Like this dries out your under eyes so bad. And again, I mean, it goes on at first nice. It has really great coverage, but within 5 minutes, I'm like, no, like this is so awful. It is no good, you guys. I'm just curious if you are a more mature woman out there, does the Clé de Peau work for any of you? I just don't get it. I don't see this one like working for anyone because I see what it does to myself and I'm like, how expensive this is? Like $80, $90, something like that. It is like, it's not even worth like $2. Like honestly, there's drugstore ones that are better than this. Like no. Okay, this is another one that has a lot of hype behind it. And I was very curious about it and of course had to test it out. And it's the Lancome Effacernes Waterproof Long Lasting Under Eye Concealer. Like what is with the name of some of these concealers? Anyway, it comes in a little squeezy tube like this. And again, it's got good reviews. I've seen people talk about it on YouTube and they rave about it and they love it. It is horrible on me. This one is the craziest thing ever because when I talk about a concealer kind of disappearing on me, this is the first one that comes to mind. Like I will apply this and then maybe like an hour later, I look in the mirror and it's literally like gone. I'm like, what just happened to my concealer? My dark circles, like any like darkness is peeking through and I look in the mirror, I'm like, there's no concealer, like it's gone. So I don't know what happens to this. I have tried it so many times. I set with powder, I do anything that I do with my other concealers and it disappears. It's literally like a disappearing concealer. Moving on, this is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, the full coverage anti-aging waterproof concealer. Again, this one comes in a little squeezy tube. This one I have kind of like gone back and forth. Like sometimes I feel like I like it, and then I hate it, then I kind of like it again, and then I hate it. It's the weirdest concealer because I don't know, sometimes I feel like it works a little bit for me. Nothing ever spectacular or magical, but then there's other times where I'm like, holy crap, like it disappears, it cakes, it looks horrible. But that's why I had to put this one in my bottom 5 because it's just so inconsistent. Like the wear of it's so inconsistent. I need my concealer to be like, you know what, you are on today, you are gonna be flawless, I don't have to think about you, I don't have to worry about you. And that's what I expect out of a concealer. I don't want to have to like reach for a concealer and be like, is it gonna work today? I don't want to think about that. I want a concealer to last and keep everything flawless all day long. So this one is it's just a no. It just doesn't work. And last but not least of the bottom 5 here, this is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. Again, squeezy tube, more of a thicker consistency. And I'm feeling like for me, the thicker consistency ones, like the ones that come in these like squeezy tubes, other than the Sisley, this is like in a little squeezy tube, but it's like a totally different consistency. But these thicker, more creamy type of consistency concealers, I'm just kind of seeing here that I don't think it's my thing. They just don't work. They're like super heavy under the eye. This one is called the Creaseless Concealer, yet it creases and it makes my under eyes just look so bad. It's like all the concealer, like within a short amount of time, just settles into lines, and then it's like there's no concealer under my eyes. It's just like literally like all in my little lines and wrinkles. This should be called the Maracuja Creasing Concealer because honestly on me, that is all it does. Okay guys, that is it for my best 5 concealers and my worst 5 concealers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am trying to kind of go through some of my makeup up, and I want to do a foundation kind of declutter video next, because you guys know me, like I said, foundations and concealers, I try so many, and I really am picky, and I really don't wear a lot of different foundations anymore either. I kind of stick to my top like couple, just like with my concealers, and I very rarely let anyone else into that circle. So I'm gonna do a whole foundation declutter video. Let me know if you want to see that. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see that as well, and just give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys did. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments what some of your favorite concealers are as well. I love to read through those and see what you guys love and what works for you. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.